Okay. Hopefully this is working now. It wasn't working before, so we're into part 3, I would guess you'd say. We're just back from the deep roads, and now we gotta go talk to Kunari. But, where are you?
You're looking well, Sirrah.
Thanks. So are you. Last episode, I said that we would be doing a lot of,
I don't think I can do that.
a lot of my companion quests,
Well, you
and
have
that is what we're gonna
somehow
do.
risen through the rank. Good for you.
Thanks, bro. Now I have the hiccups. Perfect time. So, we're gonna go in our journal. We're gonna do our companions. I'm guessing that we're... Sebastian is something we'd like to discuss with you at the chantry. Alright, so let's talk to, let's talk to Avalanche. I'm assuming I'm right here anyways, right? Is this... No, this isn't the same. Yeah, it is. What's up, Seamus?
Seamus, wasn't it? The Viscount's boy?
You're here rather often, Sir Ahhh. A good influence, I think. Even by not taking sides, you helped start something. I still accept no blame for defending Kunari, and I don't miss the kinship of the people who oppose what I believe.
You're determined to be a thorn in someone's side. Good for you.
I'm the son of the Viscount. My actions are dissected no matter what I believe. I may as well try to do some good. If I offend, well, some people try very hard to be offended. There are other ways to see the world. The Kunari have shown me that. Another time, when things are better.
For sure. So yeah, isn't this where she would be? Yeah, there she is. There's some dude she was crushing on here earlier.
That should...
Nice. Oh, are you kidding me right now? Let's check our inventory. Let's go to the junk. I guess we'll destroy this. Take that. Book of Suggestive Caricature. I can't imagine how much that would be worth. Sorry, dog, I didn't mean to call you. I've been playing so many games this weekend that I've sort of forgotten how to play some of these other ones. Inspect this. 8 health. You know what, we're just gonna destroy the junk because I'm sure... Well, I don't know. This seems like it's kind of valuable, doesn't it? We'll destroy it. I'm sure the Book of Suggestive Caricatures is not worth as much as that thing was, but we'll just grab it up anyways.
Hope the day is treating you well, Sirrah.
Ah! I'll be back for you. Yeah, I should have just left it there, because I'm sure it's still going to be there when I come back, so... What's up, Aveline?
We'll need to give them answers by tomorrow, Captain.
I'll have them. Dismissed.
The Seneschal was particularly vocal.
Dismissed.
Yeah, dude. Idiot.
You'd think the captain of the guard could requisition a Templar or two, but no, that would be demeaning. Can't have them working for the people when eternity needs a nanny. You had to know cleaning up this mess would be difficult. It's not the challenge, it's the unending part. And really, I blame you.
What?
You poured money into a pot that was already full. Everything has shifted. Good job validating the fears of every anti-Ferelden and Kirkwall. I didn't realize I was making it worse by getting ahead. I'm just harassing you. Although you are a bit like the center of a hurricane. You've changed fortunes for many people, not always for the better.
Sounds like you're spreading yourself pretty thin.
There are a lot of people in my charge. Someone has to look out for them.
You guard the guardsmen?
I don't turn people loose like Jevon. There's additional training, doubled patrols. Costs are up, but I've halved injuries. I'll take it and argue with Seneschal Bran later.
After the last captain, you couldn't have expected this to be easy.
At least I had the guards on my side. Once they understood, they rallied. And those who didn't weren't fit to hold the crest. Stack friends against the enemies. I don't know if I came out ahead, but it's for the better.
Grouse all you want, but the Aveline I know doesn't regret a second as captain.
They'd have to drag me out of here. And I'm sure some are lining up to try. You among them, I bet. Haven't had much time to follow you around. Not that I need to. I can trust that you at least try to do right.
Eh.
I'm with you if you need me, Hawk. Just say the word.
Alright. Done with that.
Indeed it is, Geralt.
I love the elves. I love how the elves look in this game. I've said it before, but they look pretty cool. So let's go to our journal here. Let's see what the next companion would be. Well, we're in Hightown, right? So Fenris is in Hightown. We should also visit merchants so I can sell all that shit right away. Wonder what we're gonna do about Bethany. It's kind of a drag that she got taken to the chantry. I wonder what would have happened if I would have took her with. I'm sure she would have died or something. At least she's alive.
Oh, there you are.
Hello.
I've been looking everywhere for you, Messiah. If only you humans didn't all look the same.
We can't all be short and bearded like your people, Bowden.
Indeed. It's quite a shame, really.
Really?
I came to deliver this to you. The last of the proceeds from all that treasure you found in the deep roads. It seems your friend Varric found a buyer after all, yes? Quite well done.
I can put this to good use.
Of course. Always happy to help.
I'm trusting you.
Before I go, may I simply say how grateful I am that you've allowed my boy to stay in your home. I said I would repay you for saving Sandal's life, and I shall serve you faithfully. It is good to know he is safe.
Let me guess. This was Mother's idea?
As you say, yes. I'll leave you to your adventures. Your mother asks that you return to the mansion when you have a chance.
50 gold. There it is. Mogul. Damn right. I'm a fucking mogul, son. I don't spend my money in video games. In real life, I can't say the same. Wish I could, but I can't. Attention! Alright. Let's, just go this way. And this way. What's up, Yevon? Okay, let's go back this way.
An alliance with the emissaries would allow us to drive.
Trying to remember where all the salespeople are. Is it this way? Yeah, it must be. Robes by Jean-Luc.
Monsieur!
Yeah, look at that. That's garbage. Nine spirit damage? That seems pretty worthless. Then again, what do I know? I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just sort of selling whatever seems like garbage. So, gotta clear some inventory slots. And then we'll take all of that. Yep.
Surely an adventurer has...
Alright, let's go see what that Ahhh guy's all about. Well, now let's go check on our buddy the elf here. Wait, no! Damn it, I wanted to go see Fenris. Is this Fenris? I don't. This is Fenris. I think this is my goddamn house. Unless I bought. No, I didn't. Hello. Hey, Mom. Nice. Oh, look at Harry. Wish I had a fireplace. Enchantment. Moving on up. What? What? Put your armor back on. What's up, Aveline?
You've settled in nicely.
It's been hard work to get here.
Indeed. Still, more coin never hurts, right? Say, if someone wanted to pass some work your way...
I'm listening, Aveline. What's the trouble?
A thorn in my side, inventing trouble and scaring people. Remember Emmerich, the Templar? He wants your help, and some sort of official sanction.
Official sanction?
For his investigation. He's convinced that every random murder in the past few years is connected, and he won't be quiet.
You don't think it's worth investigating?
I have. He even convinced one of my lieutenants to raid the Dupuis mansion. Nothing there. You wouldn't believe how much ass I had to kiss after that. Bloody hobbyist constable. Why can't he spend his declining years building a boat or something?
Seems like it should be easy to prove if there are bodies.
Kirkwall isn't the safest place. That doesn't mean everything terrible is related. There's no sense to that. Can't be.
What can I do that you can't?
I would never say as much, but... he keeps asking for you. Maybe just showing up will calm him down. He's in the gallows. If it leads somewhere real, I'll take it off your plate. Anything to shut him up.
Sounds good. Look at me lounging around in robes. What are you doing, Mom?
It's strange living here again. My childhood home. Now owned by my child. It's not something I could have imagined when I was a little girl staring out this window. I'm still grateful you used your money from the expedition to buy back the estate. I feel like...
Why would she stare out a window she can't see out of? Like, she can see the sky, that's it. I don't know what's going on. Why would she look out that window?
Hawke one to be proud of in this city.
I don't
Just go
doubt
outside.
it. Your father would have said that, with that exact look too. I just wish we could all be together as a family one more time. I visited Bethany at the Circle, and she seems happy enough. I guess I just need to start picking you out a suitable husband.
Hey, you said I wanted a husband. What's up, Barry?
I like the doggy.
Huh?
Ruff, ruff, ruff. Ruff, 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 ruff.
It looks like they're having a nice chat. Maybe Sandal picked up some Mabari speak from our time at the Hero of Ferelden's camp.
It's pretty funny. Stash that. What's going on at the writing desk? Holy fuck. Would you look at all this? Wow. Greetings, I hope this letter finds you well. I've often thought of you in these past 3 years. Without your kindness, my Fenriel would have been long since sold to slavers. Instead, he has thrived and begun to master his magic. By now, his nightmares have caught up with him. And neither the Keeper nor the Enchanter knows how to help. I don't know where else to turn. Please come to my home in the Alien Age. I will be waiting to speak with you. Thank you again for the compassion you have shown Fenriel in the past. Sincerely yours, Ariani. I remember you, Ariani. I'll accept that. Notes from Fenriel. To Hawke. Life with the Dalish hasn't been easy. Keeper Mathari tries her best, but I don't know what else she can do for me. The younger elves won't accept me, and I often hear them whispering behind my back. The elders have more discretion, but I can't see in their eyes. They're afraid of. But I can see in their eyes. They're afraid of me. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Sometimes it feels like you're the only person I can trust. Your friend Fenrir. Alright. Feeling inadequate. Oh God. Flag flying at half-mast. Does your soldier not stand to attention? Does your dwarf shy away from the deep roads? Come to German's apothecary and ask for our special sauce. Our special sauce is infused with the essences of 52 herbs. It's completely natural, completely safe, and absolutely effective. You will never feel the same again. Be the man other men want to be. Be the man you deserve to be. Yikes. What is that, just junk mail on my desk right now? Is that some sort of like joke about some mail enhancement emails and whatnot? From Elrin. Monsieur Hawke. I feel I must apologize. You did what you had to when you turned Kelder over to the guards. You saved my daughter, and I should have been more thankful. Leah has been difficult. We left Kirkwall behind, but my poor girl now thinks every man is a monster in disguise. I fear she may never get past this. In your debt, Eleanor. I don't remember this much. You did what you must. You turned Kelder over to the guards. Oh, is this that oh. Is this that elf I helped in that spider pit area where I died a whole bunch? I think so. Oh, geez. Strangely official-looking letter. Dear Sir and Madam, I am Lord Arkham Falk of Starkhaven. I have faith in the Maker and Androst, his beloved prophet, that I must bring this matter of urgent business to you. Years ago I served the office of Seneschal to the royal family of Starkhaven. Sadly, they have been deposed, ousted by a foul usurper. I represent His Royal Highness Prince Corbinian Vale, their true heir to the throne, and with your help, Maker willing, we will see him wear the crown of Starkhaven once more. His Highness had a fortune of 11,000 sovereigns locked away in the vaults of the Royal Bank of Antiva. With access to his fortune, he can raise an army to retake the throne, but it is too dangerous for His Highness to simply withdraw the funds himself. This is where we require your assistance and discretion. Simply send me the details of an open bank account in Kirkwall, and I will arrange the funds are transferred to you. My king will then contact you to retrieve his fortune, leaving you a hefty reward. Award. I must warn you, the Antevans will not consider the account viable if it contains less than 100 sovereigns. Please observe the utmost confidentiality. So that's more junk letter just now? So this is like a Nigeria thing? Hawk, I heard you got to the free marches. Don't know why you bother, but I suppose it's better than Orless. They got spiders up there, big ones. Couldn't swing a dead cat around here without hitting a giant spider, but the blight drove him off. Maker. Dark days ahead. Mark my words. A man can't even cover his blighted land with poison traps. Yep. Man, there's a lot of letters. Gamlin Amel. Payment is now 2 months late, Sarah. Interest accrues, as you are well aware. You will find yourself barred from our establishments unless payment is made. Think. No better, card sharp, or numbers runner in Kirkwall will deal with you. I certainly hope this matter is attended to before steps are taken. Let us avoid further unpleasantries. Gallard. Yeah, I'll frickin' get him out of it. A message from Lothering. Dear Leandra, I hope you and the children are holding up. I'm so sorry about Carver. I remember the dear boy helping me trap rats in the cellar. The blight has taken too much from us. Thank the Maker for the hero of Ferelden and the Grey Wardens. Things are slowly getting back to normal in most parts of the country, but Lothering is gone for good. We had hoped to rebuild there, but the blight poisoned the land. It'll take decades for the earth to recover. It may never. Redcliffe is a nice place. I'm starting to see it as home. The village saw some trouble during the blight, but recovering. Perhaps you could visit sometimes. Please write me again, my dear. I wish to hear about your life in Kirkwall. Send my regrets and fond regards to the children. Your friend Miriam. Family letters. Dear Hannah, I hope this letter finds you well. My time in the circle has been bearable. Okay, this is from Bethany. Even after the Templars made a point of putting me through the harrowing as soon as I arrived. The thought I was at risk of possession or running away like father. Glad it's over with. I've started mentoring apprentices. I hope I enjoy the time with the children, teaching them basic spells. One of them, Ella, has taken a shine to me. Adorable. Life's not perfect here, mind you. The Templars are most polite, and I know they are doing their jobs, but some hold extreme views. There's one creep named Sir Alaric who likes harassing mages, but I'll steer clear of him. I'm doing fine. Please don't worry about me. With love, Bethany. Alright. That was a lot of letters, but I read them all, so there you go.
Fenris said Daenerys left this at the mansion. Its eyes follow me around the room. Creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Best keep Isabella's books on the top shelf. Don't want to scar Sandal.
Huh. So I was reading about these DLCs, and I guess the Legacy DLC is fine to play in this part. So I'll do that, and then this part's in part 3. Or is it part 4? I don't know. I think I'm in part 3. Maybe I'm just in part 2. Maybe probably part 2, since the first part was probably a prologue,
See
right?
you again, sir. A letter arrived for you. It's on the desk. That's where I'll put messages which come while you're out.
Alright, let's get out of here. I'm back in my armor again. Oh god, we gotta get a party together, huh? Let's take, oh, I can't take Bethany. No. Okay, let's take, Anders. Let's take Isabella, my girl. Let's take... Nah, let's not take Fenris. Let's take Meryl. I kind of like how it's jumping around, advancing time quickly. It's kind of cool. Alright, Fenris. We still have to get that guy we wanted to get. We'll get him. We just have to take some time. Oh, level up. Alright, 6 points. 3 for magic, 1 for constitution, 1 for willpower, and 1 for strength. Then we'll give you Dalish Pariah. Alright. Ooh, she's so close to another level too. Damn. Who do I got with me? Alright. Word up, Fenris. Deep Roads went well.
So the Seneschal's tax collector won't be coming around again like you asked. Funny story.
I'll pass, but thank you for the help.
Spoil sport. Why you want to squat up here in Hightown is beyond me.
You think you would have cleaned up a little bit.
So do I.
Hey, come on. Maybe she's not girlfriend material.
3 years. There's still no sign of Daenerys. I'm beginning to wonder if he's finally given up.
This is his mansion, isn't it? He must know you're here.
Would you be surprised to learn that it isn't, in fact, his mansion? It belongs to a Tevinter merchant, one who has evidently given up on the place. Perhaps he is dead. Perhaps Daenerys killed him. Either way, if Daenerys is aware of my presence, he has done nothing.
Then this is the perfect time to track him down.
I'm not so certain. Tell me, what do you do when you stop running?
You start over. Isn't that what you want?
I don't know how. My first memory is receiving these markings, the lyrium being branded into my flesh. The agony wiped away everything. Whatever life I had before I became a slave, it's lost. I shouldn't trouble you with this. My problems are not yours.
You don't know who you were?
Fenris was the name Daenerys bestowed upon me, his little wolf. If I once had another name or a family, then they were taken from me. But again, this is not your concern.
We can talk about this, Fenris.
I doubt it. But enough. You have much to keep you busy, I'm certain.
Fenris is such a dick.
Hawk.
Sick of that guy. Let's go to repentance. What's that? Journal. Repentance. Sebastian. Alright. The rest of these are in Lowtown. Darktown, never mind. Meryl's home. Hangman. Anders Clinic. Alright, yeah, we can just jump around to wherever we want, so. Jump over to the Chantry. Talk to Sebastian. He's, the guy whose family was killed. I remember him. Whoa. Nice crown, guy.
Spring wedding would be lovely, don't you, Sister Kalinda?
It would be.
Hello? Is Anders there?
Can I speak to Anders?
You can stop yelling. It's always me.
Oh, good. I didn't want to talk to that other guy. You know, the stick in the mud.
Justice and I are one. Anyway, you wanted to talk to me?
Not really. I just wanted to make sure it was you.
And a conscience. He does not approve when we fail to use them.
I'm sorry.
I'm not the one you wronged.
What's up, Sebastian?
I thought it would end here.
God, his armor's
That
dope.
young lady, Hawk. She decimated Flint Company. No survivors. Yet, now that I know who sent them, it's harder to see their deaths as justice.
Death is never justice.
Hawk? We were just talking about you.
Carry on. I love to eavesdrop.
I'd rather talk directly, if you don't mind. I've learned who hired Flint Company. The Harrimans, a noble family of Kirkwall.
Look at that dope armor.
They were my parents' allies. It's hard to believe they betrayed us like this.
Tell me about this family.
Lord Harriman used to be a good man, but he became rather strange in his dotage. He died some years back. His daughter took over the family, Lady Johanne Harriman. They say she's become quite reclusive of late.
Any idea why they turned on you?
Money? Power? It's hard to say. Lady Harriman was always jealous of my family for being royalty when hers were mere nobility. But I can't imagine that pushing her into outright murder.
This is why the cycle of violence never gets broken.
You jest, but that's the truth. Give this up, Sebastian. Dedicate yourself to the Chantry as you swore.
I must speak with Lady Harriman and find out what drove her to this madness. But I am the last of my line. I should not go alone and make myself a target.
If I'm standing beside you, that should make her think twice.
Again, your interest in my plight humbles me. If you like, I can travel with you until you confront Lady Harriman. Otherwise, you can always find me here in the Chantry.
New squad member. What are you, a rogue? I already got a rogue who I like to carry with me, so, well, you're a bowman, huh? So, let's take, no, we'll take you. Leave her. Take you. Level up. Nine ability. Well, if you're a bowman, let's get you some of these. And let's go over here to Royal Archer. Sebastian creates an ethereal person decoy that keeps enemies occupied for a short time while he escapes in stealth. Subterfuge, stealth, scoundrel, specialist. And I do like hail of arrows. Let's use that. Confirm. There we go. guys are almost leveled up to 13. Getting close. Let's just check. Oh yeah, me and Isabella are gonna get along great. Boom. Now let's get out of here and we'll go visit Meryl. And then we'll visit Anders. And then we'll visit Isabella. And then we'll end the video. Damn it, I still wanted to check out that elf too. I don't know. Maybe we won't have time, maybe we will. Maybe we will. Look at that. That's fucking cool. Look at this. This place is totally a dope home. I don't know why she's complaining. This place is awesome. Except no glass in those windows. Kinda makes for a hard winter, I guess.
Have you heard from your sister? Is she settling in all right with the circle?
I thought you and Bethany didn't get along. Why are you worrying over her?
I'd be terrified in her shoes. Surrounded by strangers. Watched all the time. We didn't always agree, but she's a sweet girl. I would never wish that fate on anyone.
I haven't heard from her.
I'm sure she's fine. She's strong. If anyone can get through this, she can. Don't blame yourself.
If I'd gotten home sooner, she might still be free.
Once the Templars knew, nothing you could have done would have saved her. Things will be all right. Somehow.
Cool. Thanks, Meryl. That was nice of you.
By the dread wolf!
Why is my house always such a mess when people are here?
Huh.
It's clean sometimes, I swear.
Pop over to Anders' place. Then we'll go to Isabella, then we'll talk to Varric. And then if I still have time before the hour's up, I'll go check out that one dude, that elf, or that dwarf, Vehenriel. See what he's all about. And then I'll have my mission list nice and stacked open for episode 22. Door.
I've been neglecting my patients lately. I should spend more time here.
I once knew a sailor like you.
And that will, stop the itch.
Huh?
Yes. Though I would stay away from women you meet in the port. Pirates tend to dock in unsavory places.
I heard that.
Just use the salve if it comes back.
A lot of sex jokes
excuse
going
me.
on.
Things just keep getting worse. I had Templars practically on my doorstep the other night.
The Templars are hunting you.
Not me specifically. They were just checking the refugee camps. But it's not like this place is a secret. It's only a matter of time.
We haven't talked much recently. How have you been?
Good. I just love what Knight Commander Meredith's done with the place. The curfews, the midnight raids on mages' families. Everyone I know forced into hiding so they won't be made tranquil.
Is that making it harder for you? With justice?
In the Fade, there is no time. Emotion rules everything. Justice doesn't know how to sit idle until the right moment to strike. And I can't say I have any greater patience. I fear what my anger has made of my friend.
Oh my god, you are an abomination.
What's the worst that can happen? You turn into an abomination and start... Never mind. Bad joke.
My control is fraying. I cannot hold back justice, or whatever creature he has become, much longer. I have not attacked the Templars openly. I've helped the mages here as best I can, but this impasse cannot last. One day, everyone in Kirk will have to choose a side.
Foreshadowing. Let's get out of here. Death route. 3 tactics slot acquired. What does that mean? Man, I can't stop hiccuping. Let's go to the hangman.
Drinking from their tab again, huh?
You have to when you're dealing with this lot. Let's see how you like drunk men pinching your ass.
What's up, Isabella?
Isabella, you look well.
Are you talking about the flush on my cheeks? It must be the whiskey. Do you remember the relic I told you about? The one I need to find?
No.
I've been following a lead. I'm so close I can taste it.
Isn't that what you said last time?
Oh, you mean when I went digging for that stash?
Yes. That turned out to contain several badly written poems and an old boot.
It could have contained the relic. I just thought I'd let you know that I may soon be taking you up on that offer of help.
Oh, I'll do it for a kiss. Oh.
Do I get a kiss from the feisty temptress when I present her with the hard-won prize?
If you want. I'll even let you choose where I plant it.
Ho! Oh, Jesus, flirtatious. Gets you 25. Okay, now let's go talk to Varric.
So, this relic you lost.
Why do you always win at cards?
Never mind, let's talk to her one more time.
Because I cheat, kitten. This trinket, it's elven, isn't it? From your clan. Don't bet anything you're not prepared to lose. Here, have it back. A jigger of your finest whiskey for my friend over here. The Hanged Man's finest isn't much, but it'll get you just as drunk as anything you'll find in Hightown.
That's generous of you.
What's coin if not for spending, eh?
You could save up to buy yourself a new ship.
There you go, ruining our fun with good sense. I thought I'd have to watch myself around you, but as it turns out, you're all right.
That's mildly insulting, you know.
You know what I mean. You don't judge people. You're not afraid to get your hands dirty. You know, little things like that. If I had someone like you on board my ship when the storm hit, maybe we wouldn't have been shipwrecked.
If you hadn't been shipwrecked, we wouldn't have met. That would have been a shame.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah, yeah. Hell yeah. Look at that, we're definitely buddies. Whoa, he leveled up. Wonder why. Dexterity up 1, strength up 2. Oh yeah, we're friends. She and I are friends. What's up, Varric?
Just tell me if you hear more rumblings from the coterie about protection. Blondie's got enough trouble. Let me ask you something, Hawk. You made it into Hightown. I'd expect anyone else to get complacent, but you must have plans.
No plans yet. I'm simply trying to look out for my mother.
After everything that happened with Bethany, that's probably good thinking. To be honest, I thought there might be a chance you'd want to go back to Ferelden now that things have calmed down. It's good to hear you're sticking around.
Kirkwall needs me.
If nothing else, you give this town respectability, my friend. So, we've got a whole city-state full of trouble to get into. Shall we get started?
Do you ever feel like you're part of a story that someone's telling? Maker, I wish whoever...
Alright, we're all set. Let's get Giddy up out of here. Check our journal. Alright, we still have that to do. Crime suspects. Got it. Secondary. Got it. Let's just go to Hightown right quick. Let's see what that Verin guy is all about. What's up, drunk guy?
You? Anyone knows, Karen? Has he, done anything wrong?
Actually, let's talk to the bartender. See if he's got any rumors.
With your name on it.
What's the word on the street?
Liam, the harbour master, was in the raiders' pockets. And he seemed like such an honest man. Grumpy, but honest.
Any other news?
The Kunari have been here for years. People are getting really nervous about that. I just know they're going to attack soon.
Any other news?
Someone stole the Kunari formula for explosive...
Oh!
Soon, we'll have the same weapons they do.
We know who that's about.
Any other news?
There's been a bunch of elves camped out on Sundermount for ages. People say they're starting a settlement. Can they do that? The land doesn't belong to them.
Any other news?
The craziest thing. Apparently.
Yeah, we've heard about that.
Individual. Some folk are smuggling mages out of Kirkwall. I hear the freed mages congregate in the mountains to plot Kirkwall's downfall. Watch out for pirates and raiders if you plan to travel by sea.
Alright. Whoop. Leave the area. Let's go to Hightown. Just got my hair cut. Kind of pretty much a buzz cut, but feels good.
Very angry.
And here I thought the Chantry was against mind reading.
What happened to you in the circle?
You! This is your fault!
What?
You and that blighter, Varric Tethras. You'll be the end of my boys.
I don't even know who you are.
Yevon, member in good standing of the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Not that it really matters to people like you.
Keep on insulting me and my friends, and you'll lose that wagging tongue, little man.
Typical. Exactly the boneheaded bravado they're drawn to. My sons are lost in the deep roads because of stories about you. Your sodding glory and treasure.
Don't you dare blame her. We both know this was Iwan's doing.
If you want to keep your job, shut your mouth, woman.
Ooh.
Your boys are grown men. It was their own decision.
What exactly were they trying to do?
It may be my fault, Monsieur. I've told them all the stories about you.
You're the only one who knows where they went. They were following the path of your expedition. Please help me find them. Don't let my boys die down there.
Your sons made an expedition into the deep roads. Did anyone go with them?
They went alone, the fools. Just my 3 boys against every darkspawn in the deep roads.
Idiots.
Iwan is Yevon's middle son. The whole thing was his idea. Emrys and Merrin were just following his lead. The greedy bastard didn't want to hire anyone else if it meant he had to share the spoils.
Sounds familiar.
I thought coming to the surface meant I would never have to face losing my sons to the darkspawn.
Sounds like you're none too fond of Iwan, dear.
He's always been such a greedy thing, even as a boy.
Stop talking about my son like that.
He thinks he'll get rich quick off this expedition. He talked that fool Emrys and poor Merrin into going.
What about the other one? Merrin?
Merrin's a dear, sweet lad. Raised him myself since the day his mum died. He's the one who liked the stories best. He wanted to be a hero, though, not just rich. He craved adventure.
Adventure will get a dwarf killed. That boy needs to settle down and learn a trade. Play it safe.
Tell me about Emrys.
He's the oldest, but Iwan's been bossing him around since he learned to talk. Man's near 30 and has no backbone whatsoever.
His mother's death hit him hard, but he shouldn't be looking to his brothers for guidance.
I'll do it.
I'll do everything in my power to bring your sons home.
Why do I keep making friends with people who want to spend all their free time in the bloody deep roads?
Thank you, Messer. Those boys are my life. They entered the deep roads using the same passage you did. Please find them. I will see you rewarded for your efforts.
Isabella don't like what I'm doing. Okay. Let's we'll just fit in Sebastian shit here. Nope. Oh. And then we'll end the video. So this episode is a lot of walking, a lot of talking, a lot of catching up, a lot of seeing what people are up to. I have a feeling that this might be a little bit of fighting going on in here. Otherwise, it's going to be otherwise, it's just going to be set up for a future event.
Posted. This is not the Lady Harriman I remember.
Injury kit, nice. Going in there. What the hell? Why am I not seeing where we can go? Aha.
More! You lazy son of a bitch! What's taking so long?
Flora?
Why does no one in this house care what I want? More wine, or I swear I will drown you in the dregs.
She doesn't even see us. This is no normal wine.
Huh. You okay? Wait. Damn it.
Bring me my wine,
What the fuck?
flayed and thrown into the street.
More logs. It must be molten. You, more coins. I want every scrap of gold in this house.
Please, monsieur!
There's nothing to fear. You'll be beautiful. Pour it over her.
Don't! You'll kill her! He can't hear me.
Jesus. Hello?
Perhaps I should be the one.
We must end this madness.
Nice. Those guys just level up? First day of Harvest Mere. Mother family began to expansion in the state state. Nope. This may take considerably longer than I thought it was going to take.
Visited this house often as a child. They could not.
So I think that's where we want to go. Today he pinched my buttocks. Just reached on the table and... Yikes. Why does that keep saying 3 tactic slots? I need to figure out what tactic slots mean. Definitely not map. Inventory? I don't think so. Does that mean abilities? Oh, tactics right there. What? Oh boy. Man, I don't know what any of this is. Man, I don't know. Yikes. I don't know what any of that means.
Oh!
Whoa!
Lower. Lower.
I beg your pardon, Hawk. I did not mean to expose you to such things.
No apologies necessary.
No, the feather. Use the feather. Where have you been all my life? Today, I am more than a man. Come, felicitate me.
That's a great line. I should use that. Oh, I could get it embroidered on my blouse.
He has no idea we're here. I've known Ruxton Harriman my whole life. He's a complete prude.
That's my kind of prude.
Where's your brother? Let's ask him to join us.
Jesus. These folks are going right at
You
it.
know what they say about a man with me.
What the hell is going on here?
Not going to happen.
I'll pass. I don't want to do that.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'll be the Templar torture.
Felicitate me. Let's go down in the basement, see what's up down here.
Turn back. There is nothing here for you.
Odd. When we watched you being a drunken ass, you ignored us completely.
You shall not enter.
You shall not pass. Jesus. Oh, God. Sorry, everyone. Just a second. Okay, let's do this. I'm fighting for y'all.
Let's finish
Whoop,
this!
whoop.
I'll deal with this.
Got it.
We must see what greater evil they were protecting.
Well, everyone. I don't know how long this is going to take, so we're going to save it. Well, let's level up everyone first. Anders, we want you to be... this. And then we'll give you some magic. Constitution. That. Then for you, we'll do 2 dexterity and 1 strength. And then we'll give you there we go. Now we're going to save it. We're going to end it on a cliffhanger. So come back for part 22, and you'll see the end of Sebastian's quest here. See what's going on with all these damn demons and the wine and drunk fellatiate peoples. See you next time.